Welcome to my channel, Learning Studio Zone. Title: My Struggle to Learn English. Chapter 1, My Journey Begins. Hello, my name is Adam. I am a student of English literature, and this is the story of my struggle to learn English. Today, I want to share with you my experiences in the city of London and how I improved my English step by step. Maybe my journey will inspire you to keep going, even when things get tough. It was a beautiful summer's day. I was traveling on a train. Two women were sitting opposite me, chatting in English. I didn't understand much of what they were saying. At that time, I was a beginner in English. I didn't know many words. Still, I wanted to speak with them. I gathered my courage and said a few basic words in English. The women understood what I wanted to say, and that made me so happy. I told them that I wanted to learn English. They smiled and said they were from England, heading home from a conference. Our conversation lasted about 10 minutes. When my station arrived, I said goodbye, and they gave me their address and phone number. They told me I could visit them in England someday. That short conversation gave me so much motivation. After that meeting, I promised myself to work on my English every single day. Chapter 2, My Daily Practice. I started by translating short texts and watching films in English. At first, it was difficult. I didn't understand much, and sometimes I felt like giving up. But I kept going. I watched English movies with subtitles, read simple books, and wrote down new words in a notebook. Slowly, my English improved. In 6 months, my English was much better. I could speak a little, and I felt proud of myself. But I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn English in England. Chapter 3, My First Day in London. Finally, I saved enough money and traveled to London. I joined an English language school. My first class was on a Monday. I was so excited and a little nervous. My teacher was a young, kind woman. She welcomed me and the other students warmly. We introduced ourselves, and then the lesson began. Our teacher asked us a simple question. What do you think is the most important thing when you learn a new language? We all gave different answers, but our teacher told us something that changed the way I thought about language learning. She said, "Language is not just about grammar and rules. Language is a tool for communication. It's a way to express your thoughts and connect with other people. So, to learn English, you must use it as much as possible." Every class, we laughed, shared stories, and practiced speaking English. Slowly, I stopped worrying about being perfect. Chapter 5, Learning Vocabulary. On Tuesday, I went back to school. One of my classmates asked the teacher, "What is the best way to learn new words?" Our teacher said, "There are many ways, but one of the most effective is reading." She explained that people who read every day learn new words twice as fast as those who don't. She told us to read for at least 30 minutes every day and to choose books that we actually enjoyed. When you like what you're reading, she said, you remember new words better. She also taught us not to worry too much about writing down every new word. Just look it up in a dictionary and keep reading. The more you see a word in context, the better you remember it. I started reading simple English books, stories that I liked. It was hard at first, but after a while I could understand more and more. I felt like I was really making progress. Chapter 6, Finding My First Job. After school, I wanted to find a job in England so I could practice English in real life. Some of my classmates suggested visiting the job center. I went there and asked the lady about jobs for students. She said I could work as a cleaner or a waitress in a cafe. I was a bit nervous because I had no experience. but she told me my English was good enough to be a waitress. She said I would have many chances to speak English with customers and co-workers. On Thursday, I started my new job. It was hard at first, taking orders, talking to customers, and understanding their accents. But every day I learned new words and became more confident. Chapter 7. The Korean Student's Pronunciation Problem. On Wednesday in class, a student from South Korea spoke up. He said, "I understand English well when I read or watch films, but my pronunciation is bad. I don't speak much because I'm afraid people won't understand me." Our teacher listened carefully. She said, "Pronunciation is about how you move your mouth and use your muscles. Many students have trouble with pronunciation because they use the same mouth movements from their native language." Then she taught us a technique called shadowing. We watched a video together that showed how to do it. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and immediately repeating what they say, trying to copy their pronunciation exactly. We practiced it for 3 minutes in class, and I could already feel how much it helped. The teacher told us that shadowing is great for presentations too. If you want to sound more natural and clear, practice shadowing for 10 minutes every day. Chapter 8. Discovering Sports and Friends. After class, I went to the school reception and asked if there were any sports activities. They told me there was a football team and a table tennis team. That evening, I joined the football training. I met players from Brazil, Japan, Russia, Spain, Argentina, and Italy. We spoke English together on the field. It felt amazing to use English in real life, not just in the classroom. I made new friends from all over the world. Chapter 9. Meeting Elizabeth and the Power of Thinking Aloud. On Thursday, a new student joined our class. Her name was Elizabeth, and she was from Italy. My teacher remembered her from last summer when she had joined the beginner class for 2 weeks. Now, Elizabeth spoke English beautifully. Her pronunciation was perfect, and she was so confident. My teacher asked her, "How did you improve so much in 1 year?" Elizabeth said, "I didn't go to any school in Italy. I used the techniques you taught me, reading, shadowing, and something called thinking aloud. I try to think in English, not Italian. This is how I improved." I was fascinated. I had never heard about thinking aloud before. I asked my teacher, "What is it?" She smiled and said, "It's when you say your thoughts in English out loud. At first it feels strange, but it helps you practice speaking and thinking in English at the same time." Elizabeth explained, "When I started, my sentences were simple. I can speak English. I want to get better." But slowly, I learned to think in English, not Italian. This helped me speak naturally without translating in my head. I decided to try this technique too. It felt a little crazy at first, but soon it became a habit. I would walk around my room saying what I was doing in English. It really helped. Chapter 10. My English Adventure Continues. My journey to learn English was not easy, but it was worth every effort. I learned to believe in myself and never give up. I learned that making mistakes is part of learning. Every time I spoke English, even when I made mistakes, I got better. Now, I have more confidence to speak with people from different countries. I still read every day and I practice shadowing and thinking aloud. My English is not perfect, but I keep improving every day. To everyone watching my story, remember, you can do it too. Read interesting books, watch English videos, speak to yourself, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you use English, the better you will become. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Learning Studio Zone. Let's continue learning English together.